Hello guys. Welcome back to my channel. In today's video I'm gonna talk about 10 ways to read faster for the reading test. This video gives you some ways to speed up your reading during your preparation, and gives you test day strategies that work. Please make sure to subscribe and give thumbs up, and don't forget to press the bell icon. Without any further delay, let's get into the video. Are you struggling to read 3 difficult texts, answer 40 difficult questions, 12 different types, and transfer your answers accurately in just 60 minutes? When you're already exhausted from the listening test and still worrying about the writing and speaking test? Here are 10 time management techniques for the IELTS reading test. First of all, work out how many correct answers you need. This is not exactly a time management technique, but you need to stop worrying about getting all the answers correct. You only need 23rd out of 40 for academic or 30 out of 40 for general training to get band 7. So they're not expecting you to get 40 correct answers in 60 minutes. Time management technique: don't waste time on an answer you can't find. Move on and find an easier question that you can answer. Second, learn about text types and question types. Reading speed comes from: first, understanding the text, vocabulary, synonyms, parallel structures, paraphrasing, etc. Second, knowing what you need to do with the text, recognizing text structures, topics, question types. So when you're preparing for the test, you need to work on a combination of these. Building your vocabulary is essential. It's also essential to become familiar with the types of texts that IELTS uses and how the questions work. Three, learn about text structures. At the start of all reading lessons, I talk about the structure of the text. IELTS texts can be divided into 2 basic types: descriptive, factual, chronological, and discursive, theoretical, based on research and evidence. If you know how IELTS texts work, you will learn how to predict answers and know where to find them quickly in the text. This is a huge part of your time management strategy. Fourth, skim the questions first. This is good advice. The questions are divided according to the text, so if you look at them first, you will know which parts of the text to focus on and which you can ignore. Fifth, practice different question types. We all hate true, false, not given questions, but when you've done enough practice, you'll see that there are patterns that will help you quickly guess the answer. For example, the first question is rarely not given. Not given questions often contain comparisons or subjective opinions which are not in the text. False questions often contain quantifier expressions. For example, all the experiments failed in text, few of the experiments were successful. So, you need to learn how these work together with other rules about different question types. For example, you can use any letter more than once and use no more than 2 words and/or a number. Sixth, use textual clues. When you're skimming a text, use clues to help you. First, the title and subtitle, if there is one. The title will normally tell you what type of text it is, and therefore how you should approach it. For example, descriptive texts, chronological order, factual information with names and dates, and discursive texts, theory evidence, problem solution structure. Second, first lines in each paragraph. This is a good way to skim the full reading by reading the first lines of each paragraph. The first line often, but not always, helps you match headings. Third, capital letters. First names, company names, places, abbreviations. Capital letters are especially useful. Fourth, numbers, dates, statistics, costs, etc. can help you find information really quickly. Fifth, inverted commas. These are words that they don't expect you to know, and they often explain the term by saying, commonly known as, often referred to as. The answer is often a gap-fill answer. Learn to recognize these prompts and to ignore words you don't understand. Seventh, practice timing yourself. The best preparation you can do to improve your reading skills is to take your time over each text, making sure you understand as much as you can, learning essential words, and using a dictionary when you need to. But leading up to the exam, you will have to improve your time management skills and train yourself for the time limit. Start by just doing 20-minute texts. Then, build up to 3 texts in 60 minutes, using an alarm to stop, and move to the next text after every 20 minutes. Now, you can focus on strategy. Some people spend less time on task 1 that are 18 minutes and more time on task 3, 22 minutes. Some people do the opposite because they can get more correct answers in task 1, which is slightly easier. This all depends on your level and experience, but make sure you practice your strategy before test day so that you find what works best for you. 8. Keep building your vocabulary. You still need a good vocabulary to get all the questions correct. Strategy will never replace understanding, though with a little practice, it will definitely help. 9th, read more often and use reliable texts. If you're not good at something, do it more. Reading is a skill, and like any other skill, you get better the more you do it. But make sure you're reading the right stuff. If I were you, I'd do any real practice test that I could get my hands on leading up to the IELTS exam. To be sure you're practicing with only reliable tests. 10th and last technique, 3 tests instead of 1? Finally, here is the advice about how to improve your IELTS score. You should consider the reading test as 3 tests, not 1 test, because one of the biggest problems students have is they get only about half of the way through the 3rd passage and only answer 30 questions, not 40. If you can train yourself to read the passage and answer the questions in 20 minutes, done, move on to the next one. I think that can help people to do the test more quickly. In terms of reading more quickly, reading is processing information. And any kind of processing can be done faster. You can do it faster. You can train yourself to do it faster. And the way to train yourself to read faster is to read a lot more. To read anything, read newspapers, read novels, and read academic texts. Be a reader. Get into the habit of reading different types of materials a lot, and you will be able to process information more quickly. These are 10 ways to read faster. Thanks for watching it. Please like, share, and subscribe to my channel.